Rebel Gaming Club, worst pickup. Welcome guys, this is a weekly pickup show of all sorts of media varieties. I am your host Dan. I do this every week on Wednesdays, 6 o'clock I come to you. Thanks for hanging out. This week we got a bunch of cool stuff we found. We got some stuff in the mail. We got stuff at the Thrift. We got it all. Video games, we got all sorts of media. Like I've said in the past, I'm expanding the channel. It's not just video games, it's all sorts of cool media varieties. What I like about this, I've talked to other friends about this. With this stuff that I find and collect, it really represents who I am. It's what I curate in my life and stuff that I enjoy. So I hope a little bits and pieces of that influence maybe goes to you, or you share some sort of common bond with some of this stuff as well. That's how we get to know each other, right? I don't tell a bunch of stories on the channel, though I probably should. I feel like showing you some of this stuff, you get to know me a little bit. So we're done chit-chatting right now. We're just going to get right down to it. I got some mail calls. I got some really cool mail calls. Hold on one second. First up, we got in the mail, this is like $4. It's Ma and Pa Kettle Volume 1. You guys saw a couple weeks ago, I snagged up Volume 2 for real cheap. So now I got the whole set. If you guys don't know, Ma and Pa was a series of movies, I believe there's 8 in total, that ran in the late 40s through the 50s. And, well, they were just hillbillies that got put into different situations that were really awkward and funny. So I'm curious to check this whole series out. I'm gonna actually watch them all. So now we got them all. Another movie we got in the mail was this About the Young Idea. This is the documentary on The Jam. If you guys don't know, The Jam, late 70s English punk band, mod punk, wonderful stuff. I learned so much by watching this. I didn't realize the Jam were only around for like 6 years before they kind of disbanded. Stuff holds up. It's really inspiring. It's just a fun watch too. We got Untitled Goose Game on the PS4 in the mail. This was $20, I do believe, which is right where I wanted to pay. I think the retail is $30. That's a little bit too much. I know this is a short game, but there's a lot of novelty there. You're a goose, you're fucking shit up. Who doesn't like that?
Quack, quack.
I randomly stumbled upon this. I didn't realize they made skins for the Switch, but with 3 houses from Fire Emblem. So I picked up this one right here. I went with the Golden Deer when I played 3 houses, so I figured why not get the skin. I'm still debating if I'm going to throw this on my system or not, or just kind of keep it in the package. It's $10. I kind of like it. And the last thing that I got in the mail this week was something I ordered months ago. And I paid quite a bit for it, but it's one of these items that I felt good. I felt good. I was like, $200? Okay, let's do this. I think it's worth it. What we got was, this is exclusive to the PS4, is this Annapurna box set. And what it is, it's 8 games by this publisher. They, I guess they started back in 2016 publishing video games for indie developers that were doing really cool, creative, different stuff. And on this collection is Donut County, Gorga, Kentucky Route Zero, Outer Wilds, Sayonara, Wild Hearts, Telling Lies, Wadham, What Remains of Edith Finch. So we have 8 games on here. And these were all games that I wanted anyways. And I was tempted to buy a lot of these when they were first either on limited run or I am 8-bit. So to get the whole collection in one set like this, this is limited to 2,000 copies. I think there's still some available, but my guess is down the road these are going to be kind of tough to come by. So heads up on that. I'm not going to unbox it right now because there's no point in opening it unless I'm going to play it right now, which I'm not because I'm playing other stuff at the moment. But a great addition to my PS4 collection.
I'll fuck your mother with this.
Alright, this week at the Thrift was pretty epic. It was all over the place, but in the best possible way. Persistence, guys. You just keep going over and over. You're gonna have some bad stretches, but you're gonna come out on top eventually. And that's what happened for me this week. First up, we got some basic stuff. We got another Korg tuner. I love these tuners, and if they're like $2 or $3, I grab them each time. So I did. This is a Yamaha QT1BR. And what this is a metronome. And you're like, what do you need a metronome for? Well, it comes in handy when you're writing songs. So if you get your acoustic guitar and you want to kind of set the foundation of what the tempo is going to be, you put it on, you write it down so you know the number, so when you go to track this stuff later on, you know what tempo it is. $1.75? Yeah, I'll pay for that. Good snag right there. We got these high 8 tapes for digital camera, which I don't have one, but I do want one eventually if I can find one used at the Thrift for $5. Now we got a couple tapes to use on it. We got some video games, which is always a plus. These were just wheeled out when I walked in. So what we got here, these are all $3.25 each, was this Minecraft story mode. Telltale series, kind of choose your own adventure game. We got Farming Simulator. We got Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Danger of the Ooze. I'm not familiar with this one at all, but it looks intriguing. It looks kind of, I don't know if it's a one-on-one fighter or beat 'em up. Guess we'll find out. Farming Simulator 15. DuckTales Remastered. That's pretty cool. We know for a minute there this game was kind of popping off in price because, well, they weren't selling it online anymore and people were going nuts over it. It's cooled down since. I think it's like a $17, $18 game. And I already have a sealed copy on the Wii U, so now I can actually play it. So not bad right there. That was pretty good. Snagged up some CDs. Some decent CDs this week. Metal stuff, which you don't always see. We got this Iced Earth, The Dark Saga. And what's cool about this is it's based on the Spawn comic book. Actually has art from McFarlane on the cover here. We got Wasp, The Crimson Idol. I don't know this album at all, but I do like me some Wasp. Hell Fueled Volume 1. Just found out about this band. Did some research. They're from Sweden. The singer sounds just like Ozzy, which is crazy. You would think by listening to this album that maybe it was Ozzy singing. And the guitar stuff sounds like Zakk Wylde, so it's actually a decent listen. We got Dragon Force, which I'm not a huge fan, but for a quarter I wasn't going to leave it behind. We got Quiet Riot, Critical Condition, which Condition Critical, my bad. I believe this is the second album after they had the big one there. 'Cause there's early Quiet Riot that I don't even know about. This has Ma We're All Crazy Now was one of the singles off of this album, which was a cover of a Slade song. It was the second time they covered a song by Slade and kind of made it a hit. Come On Feel the Noise. That wasn't their song. Children of Bodom. Pretty solid. I guess it's only 4 songs on this, huh? Hell of a singer, hell of a guitar player, too. So those are the CDs. Some good metal stuff. Found this McDonald's toy. Donkey Kong. I have the Mario. I'm assuming this is for, well, promoting Mario Kart. Was it for the Wii U one? I would assume. Got some movies. We got The Beast with a Billion Backs, Futurama movie. I've never seen it, never heard of it. We got this Grease leather jacket T-Bird edition here. How cool is that? I'm going to pass that up. I love Grease. I hate musicals for the most part, but I do enjoy Grease. We got Mr. Hobbs Takes a Vacation. I'm looking at you, Doug House. You probably know this one with James Stewart. Crazy. I was actually going to buy this off of eBay. And I was like, I can't justify $13 for Mr. Hobbs Takes a Vacation. This is a movie, I believe, from the mid-60s. And it's one of those movies where the family goes on a family trip, getaway. And their other family members, the wife's parents show up, that kind of stuff. The in-laws show up, and it turns into a nightmare. Classic, which has been repeated through history. But it was crazy. I kind of put it out there in the universe that I wanted this movie, and then sure as shit, Thrift Store provides. We got Dance of the Dead, which is a zombie kind of teen horror film set in like a teen prom dance kind of bullshit. Intriguing. I don't know if it'll be any good, but why not? And this, wow, as far as box sets go, I was shocked. We already had the complete first season of Superman, but now we have season 2, season 3, 4, season 5, 6. We got them all now. This is a show that ran from 52 to 1956, 58, somewhere in there. It wasn't very long. And it had George Reeves as Superman. And I remember watching this back in probably 83, being real young. And it was on in the afternoon. It was the only thing on at like 2 o'clock. And I always enjoyed it. So I'll be curious to kind of go back and rewatch and see if it still holds up. Great finds right there. Found a Pika. You guys know I hate Pokemon, but I'm so torn. I buy it every time I see it. It's like 50 cents.
You can read along in your book as you listen to the story.
Found a few more video games. This is a few days after that haul of PS3 games. We found some Wii games. We found Walk It Out. And this is a exercise walking simulator type. You use the pad or you can use the board. For a minute, this game was really hard to find too. This, I think, topped out at like $25 at one point. I think it's down to like $16, $17. It's still not the most common thing, so it was a nice little pickup. We found Wheel of Fortune. Found a copy of Wii Sports in the generic case. We found, well, I thought I found Just Dance 16. Then I opened it up. We found another copy of Wii Sports. Copy of Jeopardy. So that's a pretty good little haul right there. A couple Wii Sports. We know we can always flip those and make our money back and then some. We got a shout out this week. This week I'm shouting out my boy Steve from the Steve and Crypto Show podcast. You can find him on just about all the platforms out there. I'm going to link him down below. But I sat down with Steve and we had a little interview, chit chat, talk. We had a fun little episode on his podcast. Steve and Crypto Show it's kind of nerd culture stuff. It's comic books, it's pop culture, It's horror, it's toys, it's collectibles. He does thrifting too. And he's been a dear friend and a supporter of the River City Rebels for years and years. So we were able to talk about old RCR records and the progression of the band and fun stuff like that. It was stuff that I don't get to talk about a lot. So I'm going to link that episode down below. Please check it out if you kind of want to learn more about what I've done in the past. And also, obviously, just check out Steve's show, because I know a lot of you guys that watch this, I think, would really dig what he does as well. So thanks again, Steve. Links down below. Alright, we've come to the last bit of pickups. And before we get there, I just want to say thank you for all the feedback from last week's episode. You guys were just, saying, it's okay to kind of grow. We're going to stick with you because we've been this long. So we're going to stay strong with you, which I appreciate. And last week there was a glare issue on a lot of this stuff. I try to take photos afterwards because the lighting in this room, it's a fucking nightmare. So I do appreciate all the comments and the positive feedback, because that's why we do this. It's to grow the community, and I realized that all the channels that we kind of started with, everyone's kind of evolved, and I think that I kind of forgot that for a minute. Like none of us are doing what we were doing 4 or 5 years ago. It just isn't happening. Everyone's kind of gone on to different ventures in the YouTube realm. So we don't really always connect like we used to. And that's okay. That's just how life goes. But thank you to all you guys that still stick around. Last bit of pickups. We did some retail shopping. Made a trip out. Had to get groceries anyways. So decided to swing into this place called Bull Moose, which is it's a media shop, I guess. It's a music shop, video games, books. It's a really cool shop, and we have them in the Northeast. I don't think they're outside of the Northeast. But I was able to find this Sakuna of Rice and Ruin. It was a $50 or $55 price tag on it, so I was thrilled. Brand new, still sealed. This is one of those 2D, it's beautiful, 2D with farming simulating involved as well. So a very odd combination. And this game's kind of starting to go up in price, and I would suggest, if you're on the fence about it, to just buy it, because I think down the road this is going to be one of those ones that you're going to want, and it's going to be a kind of a bitch to track down. Absolutely thrilled about it. I couldn't believe it was sitting there, because it's one that's been sitting in my cart on eBay for ages, and I was like, I don't want to spend the $60 right now. But that $5 off and seeing it in person kind of made all the difference in the world. Yeah, we got it now. I love Xseed. Do some good stuff. Thought I had some more stuff. Maybe I don't. Was that the only thing that I ordered this week? Or not, or actually bought in a store? I think it was. I think that was it. Besides the thrifting stuff. So not a bad haul at all this week. We get that beautiful collector set, that Annapurna. Well worth the money. We got a stupid plushie that will just clog up my space. I don't know why I bought that. Those Superman box sets, incredible. It was so awesome that I already had season 1, so to find the rest, perfect. Got some awesome metal CDs to add to the collection. We got a Goose Game. We got some odd Wii games. We got it all. So it was a good week. Thank you so much for hanging out. I always appreciate it. Leave a comment down below. Is there any of this stuff that strikes something inside of you that inspires you? I don't know. Yeah, I don't think I have much else to say. I mean, I have a lot to say, but I'm not going to do it here right now. Next week, we found some records. We found some cool records, so I'm going to show you those. God, we're going to have some more video games. We're going to have some more movies, some books. We got some stuff. So we'll see you next week, but obviously say something nice down below. Until then, you do what you do. Toodaloo, Ryan Parker. It's I'm glad that everything's going good for you, man. I'll see you tonight on Rocket League. All right, see you later, guys.
I'm Super Mario Joe. And Crash is a piece of shit. Arrgh.